Hey guys, it's Taylor, and this is the Olympics book tag. I was tagged by Literature Reads, and I will leave the link to her channel down below, as well as the booktube channel person that created it. I can't think of the name right now, but let's just get started. Question number 1, the opening ceremony. What book did you think had an incredible opening? I'm going to have to go with A Court of Mist and Fury for this one. The beginning isn't really super significant in terms of, not much happens in it, but it's more of kind of like an introduction as, for what's to come. The opening lines, let me find it, maybe I'd always been broken and dark inside, not only kind of foreshadows the problems to come, but also gives us the current state of Pharaoh's mental health. And I think it's really creepy, and it just really pulls you in right away. The next question is the games. What is your favorite fictional competition? I don't really think there's much competition for this competition. But I'm going to have to go with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. It's not that it's a good competition per se, because it's kids killing kids, and that is no bueno in my book, but it's actually a really intriguing competition, and you have to wonder what pushed society so far that they would really want to have a game show this cruel. And also the competition itself is symbolic of our modern society's fascination with watching people kind of destroy themselves, maybe not literally or physically, but almost mentally, which is why we have shows like The Bachelor, Survivor, Naked and Afraid, I guess. So yeah, good competition book. The original. The modern games are based on the original Greek competition. What is your favorite book based on a classic? For this one, I'm going to have to go with Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Jane Austen and Seth Grahame-Smith. Yeah, if you don't know what this book is about, it is literally Pride and Prejudice with zombies thrown in. And some people see this as a desecration of fine literature, but I actually see it as a rather lighthearted, funny reimagining of Pride and Prejudice. And I really like that, because as much as I adore Pride and Prejudice, I hope that this book would have brought a new audience to Jane Austen. The Eternal Flame. What is one ship that you won't let die, even if the books made it clear it was never going to happen? For this one, I'm going to have to go with Aedion and Lysandra from the Throne of Glass series, specifically Queen of Shadows, because I really love both of them separately. And then they had some moments together where they looked at each other or maybe breathed at each other, and as a hardcore shipper, I just had to instantly go, yes, kiss now. But I do have a feeling that one of them might be marked for death, and I don't like that because I'm actually secretly in love with Aedion as Shriver. Gymnastics. What's a book that had so many twists and turns it left your head spinning? For this one, I'm going with Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. This series actually focuses a lot on paranormal mysteries and an almost like murder mystery ghost type thing. And so there are a lot of plot twists within this book and a lot of things you find out, and I loved every minute of it. I loved the major plot twist at the end. I kind of saw it coming, but part of me was like, no, I'm wrong. I'm always wrong with these things. And it's so good and so wonderful, and the twists are so twisted. The next question is The Controversial Judge. What is a book you totally have a different opinion on than most? So I was actually stuck between two on this one. So I'm going to go with Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. And once again, I don't hate this book. I actually like it, but to me, there was just so much wrong, and the plot was just so overloaded and kind of convoluted, and I actually didn't care for the romance as much. I liked Will and Lou as friends, but not as people in love. I didn't see the connection. I thought all these elements were thrown in to make this tragedy a bigger thing. I had a really big problem with one element of Louisa's backstory, and all of that together, on top of seeing the movie and loving the movie so much more than I love the book, I don't see why everyone loves it so much. It's good. It's not great or amazing or wonderful. Beach volleyball. What is your favorite fictional duo? For this one, I'm going with Cinder and Captain Thorn from the Lunar Chronicles. I'm actually not that far into Scarlet right now, but I am really digging their relationship, friendship type of thing. He reminds me so much of Flynn Rider, and she reminds me not of Flynn Rider. I don't know who Cinder reminds me of, but Captain Thorn is totally a Flynn Rider type of guy, and I really like their dynamic because she's super serious and he's not at all. He started a riot over, like, soap. Who does that? The next question is weightlifting. What is the biggest book on your shelf? So I didn't really weigh them, but I'm going to have to go with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows just because it feels the heaviest in my hand, and this book is like 730 pages, I think. I would check, but I'm too lazy right now and tired from all this weightlifting. But yeah, this is a great book, as I've talked about so many times on this channel. And I'm currently listening to it on audiobook, and that's a lot of fun. As you can see, it's pretty beat up already because I've read it so many times. But yeah, pretty heavy. Track and field. What is a book you just flew through? So my friend is currently borrowing a copy of this book right now, so I only have this the second book in the duology. But I'm going to have to go with The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. And yes, this is The Rose and the Dagger. But yeah, The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. It was a really good book. I actually didn't think I'd like it at all, so I went into the book with zero expectations, and I finished the book in like 3 days, which is like a record for me for a book that's maybe 360 and up pages. So yeah, I love that book. Synchronized Swimming. What is a book series you kept reading even though you didn't have any idea why? For this one, I'm going to go with 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. I actually kind of went through like the first 3 books in the series, and I hate these books. I hate them with a burning passion, and there was a point where I was like obsessively hating on them. Like, I could not get enough of hating these books. They're so sexist and awfully written, and the fact that this series has sold more than Harry Potter, like, it disgusts me, and I don't know why I read it. I don't know why I wasted my time. I don't even know why I still have this book, but here we are. Tortured Fan. Which fictional family, group, nation, or organization do you irrationally root for, no matter how many times they break your heart? For this one, I'm going with Emma from Jane Austen's Emma. I love this book. If you don't know what it's about a really pretty, clever, popular young woman who in her village decides that she wants to become matchmaker for all of her friends because she thinks she knows what's best. And at the end of the day, hijinks ensue, hilarity ensues. It's often considered by critics and scholars as the perfect novel. And I mean, I'm no judge of what makes a novel perfect or not, but it's still a really, really good book. And Emma makes so many mistakes constantly and makes a lot of stupid decisions and is so blind to other people and how they feel, and she's so arrogant that she believes that she's doing the right thing, but at the end of the day you root for her because you know she has the best intentions. She just doesn't know how to go about them correctly. And the final question is the closing ceremony. What book had an ending that blew your mind? For this one, I'm going to have to go with Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas from the Throne of Glass series. The ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one sentence, like the last sentence of this book, and like the sentences leading up to it, of course, but the last sentence is just so crazy and wild, and I remember I bought the first 3 books when I finished this, and I literally just put the book down and reached for the next book and picked it up because wow, this ending, it's amazing, and it made me really want to continue with the series. This book is really good. I have this opinion or assumption that Sarah J. Maas just does not know how to write openings to amazing series because her first books are always range from middling to good, and then the second books of her series always just astound me. So yeah, good ending. And that's it for the Olympic book tag. I really hope you liked this video. I'm actually not sure who I'm tagging for this video yet, so if you're watching this, just look down below, or I will actually notify you somehow if you have been tagged. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video later. Bye!